How's it going, Premier members? It's Ryan with You Get Fit Too, here with another yoga session that I'm going to be doing with you guys and walking through with y'all. Okay, so once again, like last time, you would want to start with a 10 to 15 minute meditation session, focusing on our breath. And if you remember, that breathing method is breathing in through your nose for 4 seconds, really forcing that breath down to the bottom of our stomach and feel it there. Then hold it for 1 second and then exhale either through your nose or your mouth for 4 seconds. Okay? And once that meditation period is done, we'll go into our sun salutations. So I'll go ahead and let you get started with the meditation, and I'll meet you for the sun salutations. Okay, so once again, our yoga session and all future yoga sessions are going to start with our sun salutations. And this is just a good way to have a warm-up for the session. Okay, once again, we're starting with sun salutations for our yoga session. And this will be the same for any yoga session that you do with me. I feel like this is the best way to warm up for a yoga session, and this was how I was taught when I went through classes. Okay, so what we're going to be doing is the same sun salutation that we did before, and we're going to be doing 2 sun salutations for each side. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it. We're going to be in our power stance, having our breathing method carry over from the meditation to now. So we're going to be here, breathing in, arms overhead, coming down into prayer. Good, inhale, back bend back. Good, and bring it over. Coming down, reaching for our toes, keeping our back straight. Good, palms are down on the ground. Lunge back with either leg. Then lunge back with the other. Come to plank position. Come down, and then come up into upward dog. Hold that for just a second. Push back. Go into downward dog. Hold that for just a second. Good. Come back to your plank position over your shoulders. Lunge forward with the same leg that you lunged back with. Bring the other one up. Come back to the power position. Okay, and we're going to do the same thing for the left side now. So coming back over the top. Bringing it down into prayer. Going into back bend. Bring it over. Reach for our toes. Lunge back. Lunge back. Upward dog. Good. Downward dog. Good. Come back to plank. Lunge forward. Power position. Okay. And we're going to do one more set for each leg and then go into the rest of the yoga session. Coming over top. Into prayer. Good. Back bend. Good. Lunge back. Upward dog. Downward dog. Lunge forward. Power position. Last time through, left leg. Good. That's it for our sun salutations. Now we'll be going down on all fours and going into cat and cow. Okay. So once again, on our knees and our hands are lined up over our shoulders. Knees are lined up in our hips, okay? And so we're gonna go into cat and cow, and we're gonna hold it for 30 seconds, but we're gonna do it twice. Okay, so first we're gonna start off with cat. Arch that upper back up. Tuck your chin into your chest. Good. Come back to neutral. And then we're going to do the opposite. Drop our stomach down, going into cow. Let's do that now. And we're holding it for 30 seconds. Big deep breath. Neutral. Okay, and we're going to repeat cat and cow for one more time. That way we get our back good and warm. Okay, going into cat. Good. Come back to neutral. Going into cow. Lower that stomach down. Bring the hips and the head up. 30 seconds hold. Big deep breaths. Neutral. And then what we're going to do is we're going to stretch our rear delt out, our shoulders out, and we're going to set back on our heels like we would for child's pose. We're going to bring our right arm across our body and lower our head towards the ground. Keep that right arm straight and hold it for 30 seconds. Good, and we're going to come back up and do the same thing for the left arm. So bring it across, head comes down, holding it for 30 seconds. Good. Come back up and come all the way back up to neutral. Now we're going to stretch our hips out. And to do that, we're going to bring our right knee to our left hand, keeping our back leg straight. And what we're going to do is we're going to lean down into it and hold it for 15 seconds. Then we're going to hold cobra for 15 seconds after this. So let's do that real quick. Good, and if you have the ability, we're going to push up into cobra from this position. Look up towards the ceiling. Hold it for 15 seconds. Good, and then we'll come back to neutral. Switch sides. So same thing with the left leg. Right leg is straight. Left knee's turned over, keeping our back straight. We're gonna lean into that hip. Big deep breath for 15 seconds. Good, and we're gonna come up into Cobra if you have the ability. If not, go ahead and stay down and leaning against the hip. Good, go ahead and come back up to neutral. Now we're going to be flipping over onto our back and going into a hamstring stretch. Okay, for our lying hamstring stretch, we're going to start with our right leg. Bring it up perpendicular to the ground. Wrap our hands behind our hamstrings, straighten that leg. Pull your toe towards your face. Keep your left foot straight towards the ceiling. And have a gentle pull on the back of your hamstrings. That way we're getting a full stretch in. You're gonna hold it for 30 seconds, big deep breaths. Good, and then we'll go ahead and relax it. Do the same for the left leg. Holding this for 30 seconds, big deep breaths. Slap, pull with your arms on that hamstring. Get a little bit extra motion in there. Relax that leg down. Okay, next we'll be moving into bridge. So we're gonna bend our knees, bring our heels to our glute. Just about shoulder width apart or wider. Remember to get into bridge. We're just squeezing our glutes, but not over extending our spine. We're keeping a straight line with our body when we lift it up from here. So let's go ahead and do that. And then hold from this position. You should feel it in your glutes. Your lower back should tighten up and not squeeze. And hamstrings. From here, big deep breaths, holding at 30 seconds. Good, and you'll relax, bring those hips down. Okay, today we're gonna be doing tabletop, so go ahead and rock up. We're gonna have our knees and the midfoot of our foot lined up. And we're gonna have our hands facing the same direction as our feet, lined up with our shoulders. Feet are shoulder width apart, hands are shoulder width apart. And the same thing like we would for bridge. We're just gonna lift our hips up, squeezing our glutes. And then wherever we stop at, doesn't matter how high our hips get till we get to that point, but we wanna be parallel with the ground, holding from this position. Big deep breaths for 30 seconds. Tight core, tight glutes, tight hamstrings. Push that blood through our body with our big deep breaths, holding it for 30 seconds. Good. And relax it down. That's going to be it for our floor exercises. Now we're going to be moving to our feet and going into the last couple of poses for this session. Okay, so coming up into our power pose in the standing position. All we're going to do is reach for our toes. And remember, we're not arching our upper back to get lower. Preferably, we would reach a couple inches in front of our feet. That way we can keep our back as straight as we can. And so we'll do that now. Legs are straight, or as straight as our body allows. And then we're reaching towards the ground, just a little bit in front of our feet. If your palms can touch, great. If your hands can touch, great. If they're up here, that's fine also. But we're holding it for 30 seconds. Good, now that the hamstrings are a little bit more worn, we can go ahead and lower our head down into it and roll our back a little bit just to get a little bit extra stretch out of it here. Pull your head in. Hold that. Good. Come up. Now we're going to be doing the same thing, but in a split position. So we'll go ahead and split our legs out. Toes slightly pointed out. And we're going to push the hips back, bring the upper body down. And I like to grab behind my ankles or on the outside of my feet, whichever is fine with you. And we're going to hold this stretch for 30 seconds. Good, and we're going to come back up. Go ahead and stay in the split position because we're going to go into Warrior One. I'm going to start with my right leg, so what I'm going to do is turn my right foot forward, keep my left one facing sideways, and we're going to lunge down into this leg, keeping our upper body straight. Head turned sideways the same way as our back foot. Arms in a straight line. Face straight down the index finger. Hold this position for 30 seconds. Good. And we'll switch sides. Flip the feet, lunge down. Hold it for 30 seconds. Good, come up. Now we'll be moving into Warrior Two. So we're going to turn into a full lunge. Back leg is now straight with our front leg. Lunge down into it. Upper body still straight. Arms go overhead. Palms facing each other. Actively reach towards the ceiling. Hold this for 30 seconds. Good. Come up. Flip the feet. Going into the other side. Lunge down. Strong core. Hands overhead. Actively reach. Good. Come up. Now we'll be moving into Warrior 3, starting with the same leg, so the right leg. Go ahead and pick out a balance point in front of you and stare at that to use as your focal point. Lift up the left leg. Bring the upper body and the left leg to where we're parallel with the ground. Hands overhead, actively reaching. Look at your focus point. Hold for 30 seconds. Good. Come up. Same thing with the other leg. Find your focal point. Right leg goes back. Upper body comes down. Good. Come up to the power position. Okay, now we'll be stretching our rear delt and our shoulder. Bringing the arm across our body. Left hand behind the elbow. Push it in and across. Hold this for 30 seconds. Good. Switch sides. Good, relax it down. Now the last thing we're gonna do is stretch our triceps, bend our right arm behind our body, left hand on the elbow, pushing down. Switch arms. Good. Okay, that's it for today's yoga session. Go ahead and finish up the session with another 10 to 15 minutes of meditation. Relax the mind. Think of nothing but your breathing. Let that breath flow through your body and relax yourself. Okay? Thank you for joining me today. Thank you for doing this yoga session with me. More yoga videos and workout videos are on facebook.com/YouGetFit2. and our YouTube page, You Get Fit Too. Thank you again. Stay fit, stay working out, and I'll see you guys next time. I'm out.